Alright, so I'm going to be showing you how to open up and disassemble this Acer A515-55G-575S. Alright, this is an Acer Aspire A515-55 series. And I don't know why they have so many model numbers, but it says model number N18Q13. We're going to be using a JS1 screwdriver to remove all the screws from the bottom. Most likely this computer's completely dead. The customer said that they sprayed like Clorox disinfectant or something on it. And yeah, computers aren't meant to be sprayed down with anything, so we'll see. There's also like residue left on the screen of whatever they sprayed. They said it was left somewhere with like mold and mildew, so they sprayed it down, but I guess now it's completely dead. So let's open it up and take a look and see if there's a whole bunch of corrosion inside or what's going on. They said that they did that a couple weeks ago and it's just been sitting dead. They were waiting and then they tried turning it on. But yeah, all right, let's go ahead and see. Get all the screws out. It's a lot of screws. If this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their device as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Here you can see the residue that I was talking about. Alright, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well. Alright, because that helps a lot. Alright, we're going to try and basically I'm getting my fingernails in here and I'm pushing on the palm rest as I pull on this, and we'll see if we can pop it out this way or if we're going to have to pop it out a different way. Don't push on the touchpad area. Okay, and it looks like it's, I don't know, it felt like it was coming out. Let's try with a suction cup real quick. So I'm going to try a suction cup, hold this down, and you can see it popped out a little bit. That should be good. So I'm going to now keep my fingernails in here, and then I'm going to work my way down, pulling up on this and pushing down. And let's see, can we pop this out? These clips are really strong. We're going to go up the side instead. Okay, and you can see the back side is coming out. Interesting. Let's go ahead and try using the suction cup some more. And that's working. Basically what we're doing is we're flexing the case so it pulls in this way and then it unclips. Alright. Gonna go down the sides as well now. Okay. And that's interesting because usually the front would come out first. Oh, that's, I don't know what's in there. I'm a little bit worried after what they said happened with this computer. Alright, so I don't know why, but the front clips aren't wanting to pop out. Usually those would come out easier, so let's see. Can I get my fingernail in there and pop this out somehow? No? Jeez, what is with these clips? Okay, I'm trying to like maneuver it and stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I pulled on this, and then while I pulled on this cover, and it's coming out. So just like that, and there we go. Oh, looks like the battery isn't secured at all in place. So the battery is just like this. Looks like I have a customer here, so give me a second. I'm going to check in them and I'll be back. Alright, but here you can see what the inside looks like. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I'm back. Let's take a closer look here. I don't see any corrosion specifically here. They said they weren't able to power it on or charge it at all. Let me try one thing. They do have there's a little battery reset button here that you can actually press through the case. There's a little hole on the bottom of the case that you can press and hold that if you look at it here, right? And usually we'll try holding that for about 15 seconds and then we'll plug it in and see if there's any change, all right? So I think it's already been 15 seconds or so. Let's plug it in and see if there's any change. All right, if they're lucky, because most of the stuff seems like it evaporated. So let's see, plug this in. I don't see any signs of light or life on this thing anywhere. So there's no light or anything here. Most likely it's completely dead. Let's open this up and push the power button and see if anything. Nothing at all. I'm pretty sure it's completely dead. All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the battery here. So there's this adhesive. Okay, and it looks like this battery isn't held down with anything. So basically you would lift up from here and then slide that out, and we have this. Oh, I guess there's some adhesive holding other stuff. Okay, we got the wings of the connector here. I'm going to use my fingernails and just kind of wiggle it, and it should slowly walk itself out. All right, and there we go. So there's the battery. If you need, the battery model number is right there, AP18C8K. All right, so we're going to set that aside. All right, we're just going to pull the whole motherboard out and see if there's anything weird. Next thing, we're going to open up the laptop. Press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds, all right? This will drain any residual power and will make it safer, especially since we're going to be disconnecting the LCD LVDS connector. So let's just hold it a few more seconds, all right? Okay, should be good. Let's go ahead now and flip this latch here to undo this cable, and everything looks good there. There's one screw here. Let's go ahead and remove that and see if there's anything weird with this little piece. And it looks okay. Right, just to be safe, I'm gonna actually just use a toothbrush and kind of scrub it down. So if there's any shorts that are like just caused by the liquid or whatever was there, then hopefully that will come off. All right, we're gonna put this back in, flip that latch up, get this cable back in. Okay, and then flip that latch down. Good. Get that in, get this screw back in. There we go. All right, let's zoom in here. Then we'll get this screw out. Alright, then I'm going to pull on the antennas. So usually when it's down, you can just pull straight up on the tail, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my finger under there and then push down on the wireless card, so it does basically the same idea. Right, we'll pull this out. Wireless card looks okay. I don't see any corrosion or anything on that. Okay. Alright, we're going to flip this latch up. Then we're going to carefully lift this. Again, you don't want to do this unless you took the battery out and then press and held the power button for at least 15 seconds. Connector seems okay. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything weird here. We'll flip this latch up and then pull this out. Most likely, since they sprayed it and then tried to turn it on, it probably fried some of these components here. Right, here's the keyboard backlight connector. We'll flip this latch up, pull that cable out. You got this cable, we'll peel this up. Okay, and here we have this slide out mechanism latch. Be careful not to pull too hard on it. I've heard a lot of people end up breaking these, but I just use my fingernails and just carefully, you can kind of also wiggle this one, like left and right. And there you go, it kind of like walks itself out. Once you kind of see that it kind of walked itself out, oh, I guess only one side kind of did. Make sure both sides kind of go out. There we go. Once you walk it out, you should be able to just slide this cable out easily. Okay, we have this connector here, which is for the two speakers at the wings. Just wiggle and pull it. There you go. And the cable goes along there, down to this one, and then the other one goes down to this one. Oh, I'm getting another call. Give me a second. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and continue disconnecting stuff. So we got the touchpad trackpad connector there. Flip that latch up. Pull that cable out. Also, if you want, you can disconnect this end, but I'm going to leave that alone. There's an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD here. One screw. Take that screw out. All right. Once you get that screw out, you can lift this slightly up. Oh, it pops up just like the RAM, and you can pull this out. All right. Again, there's an M.2 PCIe NVMe. There's also the BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery here. I'm going to wiggle that connector out. This is a CR2032W 3 volt. So if you need a replacement for that and you can't find one, I do have what do you call, a sponsor kind of thing, not so much sponsor, affiliate link. So if you need that, just let me know. All right, I'm gonna short these two pins out, hopefully shorting that and resetting this CMOS or BIOS will allow it to work. Likely not, but we'll give it a chance. All right. stick of RAM here, pull the 2 tabs to the side or away from the stick of RAM, and it pops up. You can pull it out. This is a PC4 2666V 8 gig stick. So you can upgrade this. I believe there's probably RAM soldered to the motherboard as well. Unless it only came with 8 gigs, then there's only 1 stick. So anyways, there's that. Okay, looks like for this model, I am going to have to remove the whole screen assembly. Let's go ahead and actually take out the fan as well. Looks like there's 2 screws. I don't know if the fan is going to come out because there's this tape across it. So we'll see. I might just leave it attached to the motherboard, but we do need to... Okay, actually it does come out, so there we go. Look how gross and dusty that is. So once we get that out, I'm going to grab the wings of the connector here and just wiggle it just like the other ones and keep wiggling, and it should eventually walk its way out. Just keep wiggling and pulling. There we go. All right, this is really dusty and gross, so we are going to have to clean that out. I'm going to use some needle nose pliers, and I don't know if you can see it from there, but look at that. You see all that coming out? All right. Okay, I'm going to grab it sideways this way and just pull that gunk out. All right. So there's all that dust. All right. I'm going to brush that with a toothbrush, and then I'm going to have to clean it out outside with a powerful electric air blower. Okay. I'm going to blow out the entire thing. And I'm going to use the toothbrush across the entire motherboard later. So that way we can make sure there's nothing shorted, and then also dust out the fan because the fan is also really dusty. We'll set that aside for now, and let's go ahead and unroute the wireless antennas. That way, this way, that way, this way, up and down and up and over here. All right, so there we go. We've got the wireless antennas unrouted. Same thing with this, unroute that. Okay, we're gonna carefully open up the screen, and what I do to remove the screen assembly is I'll rest the keyboard on the edge of my desk here. Okay, and then once I got that with the screen opened about 90 degrees, we're gonna undo these hinge screws. So there's 2 on this side and 2 on this side. All right, so let's go ahead and undo those screws. Just like that. Then we got these 2. Oops, all right, I zoom out past 1%. 1 time, so then it's more blurry. There we go. Okay, so we'll get out these 2. Oh, did I leave? Okay, I didn't leave the battery charger on. I was worried it was going to be all staticky sounding. Okay, now that we got the 4 hinge screws out, we can grab the sides of the screen here and then lift it straight up. There we go. We got the screen removed. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, let's actually pull the whole motherboard, logic board out. Okay. So we got 1 screw here. Hopefully you are keeping track of all the screws. Like I said, put them flat side down on your desk in the pattern you remove them, just like this. Okay, so we got that one, we got this one. They actually have little arrows that point to where the screws go. So we're gonna remove those. And what else? We got 1 more here. Okay, is it just those 3? Are there any more hidden ones? And I think it's just those 3. You can see we can lift the motherboard up. Let me actually zoom in a bit here so you can see better. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna swing the motherboard up. You wanna kind of hold it by the sides. Hopefully you're keeping yourself grounded so you don't get static that shocks into the entire motherboard. But there we go. Under here, I don't really see anything either. So yeah, we're gonna scrub it just to see. Hopefully disconnecting the CMOS battery and cleaning it up will help. But most likely they fried it. Okay. All right, so where's the power button's also part of the keyboard, so can't really do anything if they fried the keyboard either. All right, anyways, I'm gonna take this outside, scrub it all up, and blow the dust away, and we'll see. We'll see if they're lucky or not. All right, see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back. So we got this, we got the fan cleaned up, much less dusty. Bottom cover cleaned up, much less dusty. Here's this piece cleaned up, much less dusty, and the screen that stuff is kind of stuck on there, but much less dusty. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we got to get this thing back together and then pray that everything works, but I don't have my hopes up. I'm pretty sure it's dead. Anyways, let's get this back in. Okay, drop that into place. I can reconnect this cable. Okay, latch that down. All right, what else we got? Keyboard backlight connector here. Get that lined up. Okay, make sure it's in, latch that down. Keyboard connector, make sure these latches are pulled back. Okay, then get this cable in. If it doesn't go in, you might have to pull the latches down and then push it. And while you're holding it in, then you can push these latches back in. Okay, pinch both sides just like that. You can tape that back down. Speaker cable back in as well. Pinch that so both sides go in at the same time. Touchpad, trackpad cable, same thing, line it up. Latch that down. Stick a RAM. Oh, I didn't show the back side of the motherboard too clearly, but there is RAM soldered to the back. When I was cleaning it, I took a look and I saw that. All right, the fan, make sure to get that back in. Right, goes in this way. Make sure they put a dot on top so you know which side's up. Basically the side that has the metal pins showing, the back side is solid plastic, so that's how you know that's upside down for this model. All right, get that lined up. Pinch that back in, get that lined up. Okay, what did we have? We had the two fan screws here. We'll get those two in. Okay. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. We got the 3 motherboard screws we got to put back in. All right, we got this one here. This one up here. And this one, where to go here? All right, then we got the wireless card. We'll get that in, goes in at an angle, and then goes down and get that screw in. Okay, we got the SSD here. So SSD is down here, get that in, goes in at an angle, pinch it in, lower it down, and get that screw in. Make sure the CMOS BIOS battery, we'll have to reconnect that later. I'm gonna leave it out for now. All right, let's get the screen back in. Let's see, depending on how this is set up, in some cases, we can put the screen like this, and then we can slot that on like that. Okay, and let's see, if I lower this down and it doesn't get stuck on anything, then we should be okay. Yep. All right, so you can actually put the screen in like that. And then you can go ahead and guide these cables back in. Very important that you get this LCD LVDS connector in before you connect the battery. If you for some reason connected the battery or any power before connecting this cable, you do want to open the disconnect the battery and power again, and then press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds. All right, we'll get this wireless antenna cable back in here. Just like this, like this, like this, like that, that, back over here. All right, and then we had, again, white cable to the white arrow, or white wire, okay? And you know it's lined up. Oops, let me zoom in here. So you'll know it's lined up because when you slide it around, you can see it kind of hooks on itself, and then you can click it down. All right, so there we go. Now we just got to get the hinges back in. So since we did it this way, we can now fold the hinge over just like that. Make sure it lines up with everything. Then we'll get the 2 screws for this hinge. Make sure it's nice and tight. All right, other screw. Make sure that's nice and tight. All right, then we got the other hinge. Same thing, just fold it down. Good. Screw, get it in nice and tight. Okay, and the other screw here, get that in nice and tight. If you're wondering, the CPU and GPU on this are soldered to the motherboard, all right? And if you're wondering where that is, this is the CPU, this is the GPU, all right? And then they have some GPU memory there that's being cooled by, or with the heatsink, it's cooled down by that. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and reconnect the CMOS, BIOS, RTC, real-time clock battery, whatever you want to call it, line it up. And also make sure you don't put it in upside down. You can see that on this one, the two metal pins are exposed, so don't put it upside down where it's the solid plastic, all right? Or if you want to know, red wires on this side, black wires on this outside. All right, now we're going to get this lined up. Battery connector. Oh, I'm getting a call. Give me a second and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Let's get this plugged in. All right, so just get it lined up and then make sure to pinch both sides at the same time. There we go. Also, if you put a new battery, make sure red wires are going towards the SSD, black wires are going towards the wireless card. All right, we're gonna get this in. So the way you get it in, you swing it, and I'm pretty sure, well actually, I guess it just sits flat right there. So nothing even holds this down, no screws, nothing. That's kind of weird. So it just sits here out in the open. It has nothing to latch it in place. So I guess the only thing that holds it in place is the bottom cover. Interesting. All right, let's plug this in and see if there's any change. I doubt it, but let's give it a shot. All right, plug this in. No lights here, nothing. Pretty sure it's dead. Let's open up the screen and let's push the power button. Yeah, there's nothing at all. One other thing I should do, let me see if I can check if there's actually any power coming out of this. Give me a second. All right, so I got a voltmeter here. I guess it's hard to see with the glare. But anyways, let's attach these smaller probes, at least for one. I guess we only need one. So I'll attach the negative. It doesn't really matter. But let's go ahead and see. Well, actually, I did it backwards. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this one and see if we got anything here. So I'm going to touch this one out here, and then let's see inside the center. You can see 19.47 volts. So, or I don't know if you can see that because of the glare. There you go, 19.44748. So definitely power is coming out through here. Let's actually plug this in. And I probably should have checked with the hinge up. Let me raise the hinge up here, and then we'll take a look at this. If the board is getting power through to it, then that means basically the motherboard is toast. And I'm not able to repair the circuits on here. So if that's the case, we're going to consider this not repairable. Okay, let's take these two screws out. It might possibly be repairable if the motherboard is replaced, but let's see. All right, so we got this. I'm gonna plug that in, and let's see if we got power going from the ground over here to the back pin here. Oh, I can't see that. Right now it's on auto, and yep, so power is coming through to the motherboard, and nothing is happening. So that means definitely the charger is working. But sadly, something on the motherboard is toast, and because of that, it's going to be considered not repairable. I will test their SSD for them, but definitely the motherboard is not doing anything. So yeah, we're going to have to end that there. And yeah, give me a second. I'm going to actually take the SSD out and test that real quick, and we'll see. If that works, then at least they can get their data. But otherwise, since they sprayed the whole thing down with liquid, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be repairable. Okay. All right, so let's get these things put away. All right, so I'm going to pull the SSD out. I have a USB adapter that I'll use to try and read it, and we'll see if they're lucky. All right, let's go ahead and close the hinge back down and get those screws in. And then all that's left to do is basically put the bottom cover back on and we're good to go. All right. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then comment on those as well. I do respond to every single comment, at least the ones that YouTube notifies me about. You don't want to actually reply to other people's comments, because if you post on other people's comments, YouTube often doesn't send me a notification at all. And sometimes they do, but when they do, it makes it hard to find those comments. So you want to start a new comment, post your own, and yeah. All right, so I'm going to test the SSD and I'll be back. All right, so I tested the SSD and it is working. So at least they have their data. I'm going to set that aside here in this little thing for them. And yeah, if they need their data, we'll go ahead and grab that. Anyways, we're going to go ahead now and put this screw back here so it's there. And let's go ahead now and just reassemble this bottom cover. And that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Thanks for watching. Alright, you're welcome to stay as I get all these screws back in. Like, comment, really does help. Subscribe, comment on more of my videos, watch more of my videos. And yeah, alright, that's pretty much it. Did I forget to connect anything? I think I did everything. If not, I mean, it's already dead, so it's okay. Anyways, let's get all these screws back in and we should be good to go. Alright. Last few screws. Make sure to pop in all the clips. And yeah, only 3 screws to go, and that's pretty much it. Alright, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, let's drop this. Bye.